Yo, yo, yo. Another Wednesday. What do we got today? So, one of the problems that I'm running into right now is the sales team gets a little bit overloaded with or task heavy. And what it causes is a bottleneck in the moment of creating complete estimates and then getting them out to the customers for approval within a specific time frame. And analyzing what is causing that, it looks like historically we've been adding additional tasks on top of additional tasks to handle operational teams' mistakes, I would say. So, give you a little background. Back in the day, if the operations team goes through some training and they're supposed to do things a certain way, and sometimes you have people that skip some steps, and that creates a situation for the next team that gets handed off whatever that project is. So in auto repair, it's, let's say, during the inspection or a diagnostic, if a step is missed, maybe because the person knows better or whatever, the product that then is pushed to the sales team isn't necessarily always 100% correct. And so to catch those situations, you would implement a quality control check. Now, having quality control at the end of the product to kind of catch small things, and if you can catch the small things, you can then kind of open it up and check for bigger things. That's good. It's a quick little check, gives you a nice little stamp. This product's been quality controlled before it's released. But when you have too many quality control steps, that sales team that's delivering the product ends up having to do way too many steps and way too many stopping points that then kind of bottleneck the product before it can be handed off to the customer. So that's kind of what we're going through right now. We have a great product, very detailed. Customers like it. It's clean. It's quality. But to create it, there's a lot of checkpoints, quality control checks that take up a lot of the sales team's time, and so naturally, what's more important, the actual presentation of the repair order and presenting of the estimate in a timely manner, which is also important, is kind of naturally just starts falling behind because the process starts taking too long. And as you get overloaded with more customers, how you structured the procedure for the sales team also plays an effect. So essentially, sometimes you baby the production team, the technical team, too much, and you pass, and so they kind of relax into doing things the way that they've always done them, which may not be as efficient as it is. So how are you going to change that? I'm gonna have to stop saying so many ums. All right, guys. So let's start with saying less ums. But first things first is look at exactly what the sales guy needs to do, and how I'm going to change that is what we started implementing now is vehicle in processing. So because of the amount of detail we go into in processing and collecting all the information, what we would do is 360 photos around the car, put in the seat covers, floor mats, scan the codes, and then do a service history check on the vehicle, see what the car is missing, and at that point hand it off to the tech. Well, it creates a almost 30-minute to sometimes 45-minute delay from the point of the customer handing off the keys to the technician receiving them. So we completely are cutting that out. Instead of doing all of that legwork, which is still important, the documentation of that, we brought the team together and decided that it would make more sense to just, the sooner we can hand the key to the tech, and still collect that information, the better. So instead of the sales team collecting that data, it's now going to directly to the tech. Not a big change. Son of a bitch. Bled. Sign the key, tag it, hand it to the technician grabs the floor mat, seat cover, takes the 360 photos, takes the dash photos, and continues on with their normal inspection. Now, the technicians need to be given additional time for that. So the inspection is going to have to be a little bit longer, and we're going to be going away from inspections included with your repair. Mostly because I believe that everything we're doing on the vehicles should be charged for. And any of this concept of free with repair, it's just coming out of somewhere else. So how we package it is probably going to change, so the delivery looks better, but that's where we're going with that. So essentially, take away the tasks that are bottlenecking the sales team from doing what they got to do, so then they can produce in an efficient way depending on what the capacity of human resource you have, and reshuffle it a little bit. All right, great. A lot of changes, great ideas. Let's do it. Now, first of all, you shouldn't be creating these ideas in a vacuum. You bring your whole team together and discuss it with them. Get their feedback, get their input in a way by presenting the problem, having them come up with a solution and agreeing to it up front, so then everybody's engaged in how we're solving this bottleneck issue. Even though you kind of already have an idea on what you're going to do, by doing research and how other people are doing it, figuring that out, you get everybody else on board. Now, you're going to have stragglers. You're going to have people that don't want to change because change sucks. And if you change too much too quickly, you can actually be worse than it changing slowly. It creates a lot of stress for people. So if you're not used to handling a lot of stress, a lot of changes are a little daunting. So break it up into smaller chunks. Each team discuss what's going to be the change, and then break it up into sections and implement those changes through sections. One day, hey, we're going to start, sign off on the key, tag it, hand it off to the tech. You guys are now taking the photos. Well, we're doing the service rider's job. All right. No, you're doing the job, the team's job. How we accomplish it and in the most efficient way possible, we'll figure that out. But this is the change that needs to happen, and we're going to start doing it slowly. Don't worry about it. It's not going to take much longer, but it will allow everybody to be more productive and, in the end of the day, make more money. So you're giving them the why, you're giving them the problem, you're giving them an opportunity to come up with a solution, and now silence is consent, right? Either provide feedback, here's your opportunity, or or the change is going to happen without your input. I'm not trying to make your life more difficult. This is just what the business needs to happen for the business. That's it. Start with a small change first from one department, and then watch how it affects the other one. So let's say we're going to change the way we in process. The sales team is no longer going to take the photos, but they'll put the floor mats. Or we're not going to take the photos or the floor mats. We're just going to hand you the key. You're going to do that quick process yourself. Now, the scanning of the vehicles, that's still important. We still need that data. Scanning the vehicle takes about 15 minutes sometimes, if it takes a long time for the program to load. So what we'll do is reorganize it under when you actually need to scan the vehicle, is when you're diagnosing it. Because when you're doing diagnostic tests, you're usually scanning the vehicle already. So we're going to add that extra step into the diagnostic process and give the diagnostic tech that extra 15 minutes in time pre-authorized for scanning specifically on the repair order. So now the task of scanning is no longer scan and read the codes, it's scan, send the PDF or the report to the catch-all, download it and upload it to your repair order. So you collect that data. You kind of shuffle around the responsibility, but now it clears the sales team to be able to process the customers in the morning versus in processing vehicles, and have them focus on the estimation portion, and then it just passes on those extra little things to the technical team, the techs, and then they can knock it out, but you're going to give them that additional time to make sure that they have enough time to do what they got to do. And we'll see how it works. Off to the races, boys.